Good morning, fellow option traders. Today is Tuesday, December 11th, 2012, and this is Jeff with the Daily Scan. Well, let's take a look right off the bat here at the E-minis, see what's going on market-wise. Looks like we could open up a bit today. And why that continues to happen, considering some of the other economic indicators in the United States, I don't know, and the economic indicators in the world. Well, I do have a theory on that, but it's just my theory, and I'll just stick to it for now. But let's take a look at the chart. Okay, so where are we here? We are at 1422, or you can see that there's probably the Europe session here as pushing things up a little bit higher. From a chart perspective, we are pretty flat on the moving average here, the 50 MA. We're in a uptrend on this one, and looking like there may be a pullback, but that's all not always necessarily true, because if you look over here, the stochastic went above 80, hooked down, went back up, hooked down, went back up as price just continued to go up. And sometimes that happens. So it's not it's not like a guarantee. Some of the other indicators, though, that would tell you that we're in a strong uptrend is the MACD with the moving average and the weekly bars here. All dark green means that or like this bright green, I should say, means that this bar is higher than the previous bar. But when it's a dark green, that means that that bar is lower. And that helps sometimes when they're very close together. And it helps flag them out. Same thing here with the red bars. Just in case you haven't figured that out by now. And I would imagine everybody's figured that out by now, so I might be preaching to the choir. Let's take a look at the VIX. Here's this calendar that we put on sort of as a test to see what might happen. It's only down $2.49 right now. It's a December-January calendar. Looking for an increase in volatility up around 21. We're at 16.05 right now, as reflected here and over here. Take a look at the chart, and you can see here that if the market takes a good sized dip like it did back in April and May and part of June, this calendar could work out good. But right now there's just nothing going on. There appears to not be any fear out there, and again, like I mentioned before, maybe the VIX isn't a good indicator of fear anymore, because the markets are haywire, and it's because of the Fed sticking their nose in and artificially supporting things. Let's take a look at our current open positions quickly. I wanted to talk just a bit about theta. And I mentioned that typically the guys that out there that know, guys and gals out there that know a lot more than I do about the Greeks, specifically Don Kaufman at Thinkorswim, always harp on this deal that theta is how much you're going to gain that day. But the caveat is only if nothing else changes. If IV does not change and if price does not change, theta is I guess a reliable figure, but you'll never know because IV is always changing and the price is always changing. What I did, though, was I took a picture of this very same trade yesterday during the day. Let me show you. Here's my picture that I screen capture that I did. And you can see here that theta is $4.90, but the profit and loss for the day is $27. And I can tell you why that happens. If you look at the white line here, which is the current day's estimated value of the spread, you can see that if price moves up, and I can actually, no, I can't zoom in on this. Well, I can. Oh, let's see here. Here we go. I don't know if we're going to be able to actually see it here, but if I were to zoom in on this, you can see that if price goes up, the current value or the theta or the gain on the day is going to increase, and if price drops, the theta or gain on the day will decrease. But the actual gain or loss for the day is almost always much greater than the theta. Alright, let's bring this back here. Oops. I'm trying to get, there we go. There we go. Now you can see that CF at this point yesterday was up $1.38. So it's moving upwards, which increases your profit and loss for the day, while theta just kind of sits here and spins its wheels, and it doesn't really do anything. So theta, you know, don't hang your hat on it, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, let's get back to real life here. We'll take a look at Chipotle. This is the iron condor that I put on, and it looks like it's getting ready to maybe start making some money as we take advantage of time decay. Delta is still looking pretty good. CRM, we're looking pretty good. It's anticipating a profit already today. But I took a picture of CRM yesterday too. I won't bother going through it, but the same thing holds. CRM was up a little bit yesterday, and profit and loss for the day was much greater than the theta. Take a look at our Google trade. Let me see, reset slices here. We're doing okay there too. In the bull market, these are all credit spreads that are bullish, and they're all doing just fine. So it looks like last month wasn't a very good month, but you know, you win some and you lose some. Overall for the year though, it's been a very good year, so I'm pretty happy. Let's take a look at the conservative portfolio, profit 10 portfolio. Here's how we look, including our insurance policy. I'm not going to bother to uncheck stuff, but this one's doing pretty good, 523. We're going to be bailing pretty soon on the December, later this week or early next week. And the Russell, the RUT cash index, this is where we are with that. Tried to add to this yesterday, and this is the order that I tried to put in, and it's basically was a full iron condor, and my price was $1.25. And that was good for yesterday because it was swinging between like $1.18 and $1.27 or so. So I put $1.25 on it, and it never executed, even though I did see the midpoint price at $1.25 or higher several times during the day, but it just didn't execute. So today I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to do it as two separate credit spreads because I do want to jump in on this. And looking at this, Right now, this would give me a delta. This is the simulated trade. This would give me a delta of 1.2, and that's pretty good. So it's an 885, 895, 745, 735 iron condor. And that's, barring any big movements, those are the strikes I'm going to be working on for today. All right, quick shot here at the A plus list. See if we got anything locking and loading for today. Let's jump over here to charts. Apple. Apple had a fun day yesterday. It gapped down at the open and looked like it was going to take a very big dive at the open, similar to what it did the day before. This is Friday, and that's what I thought anyway. And then it made a huge recovery back, and then went back down, and pretty much ended up the day very close to its open. A lot of indecision, a lot of trading, a lot of volume. It's crazy. Look at the volume bars here. They're pretty huge. I can't see volume up here because the chart's not big enough, but there's a lot. So Apple is a pretty hot stock right now. You can see that it quieted down in this uptrend, which is not a good sign. You like to see large volume in an uptrend, but you see a lot of volume in the downtrend, and that's sort of an indicator that there's a lot of people unloading it. Amazon. That had a very bad day yesterday. Wow. That's a pretty big bar right there for Amazon. Not a lot of volume. We are still in an uptrend, so we're going to be looking to jump in on this thing with a long-term play. So we're going to be watching to see if we can get the stochastic back down here and keep the uptrend going. We'll keep an eye on that. Short term, I would say that we are starting a new downtrend here, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. There's nothing short term that looks exciting to me on that. Baidu, we have a downtrend. We may have something lining up here, so let's put a little eye catcher there. Oh, doesn't like it when I go off the chart. So that'll be just a little something to bring our eyeballs down there when we take a look at this. Nothing long term, but short term there may be something setting up. And the 3 C's we're in, along with Google and MasterCard. So let's go down to crazy price line. Wow. I'm glad we didn't jump in on that baby. Uptrend on the long term. Maybe something might be setting up here. Are we going to come down here and close this gap? That may be. So coming over here, we're going to look for a retrace up here on the stochastic. So let's put a little eye catcher up here and see what happens short term. I have to watch that one during the day. Where do we think it might come up? It might come up to 640, say. I don't know. I have to. These are hard to watch. I don't really like to watch intraday on these. I want to be able to put an alert on and do that. I don't want to have to sit here and look at this. I have other things that I look at during the day, so I'll have to decide what I'm going to do with this one. And I'll let you know tomorrow. PNRA, we were looking for something up here. Ooh, this is a nice bearish candle. I think it's a shooting star, or I don't know, evening star or something like that. I forget what it is, but basically what it's telling you is it went up during the day with the bulls taking control, and then there's a big sell-off here. So that is sort of a reversal candle. So I'm going to be looking for this low here, and it's in this box up here. The low is 157.93, so I'm going to be looking for something below 157. So let's go ahead and put an alert in here. We'll do it on last, below 157, at or below, and we'll create this. And we'll be watching for this. Maybe I want to go to 157.50. Let me change that. Alert. Cancel, replace alert to 157.50. There. Okay. So we'll be watching for this one to make a move down, and then we'll be doing let's look at December and see what kind of money we're talking about here. Oh, let's see. This wouldn't be too bad, 165. Let's go back to the 165 is way up here. That wouldn't be too bad, but neither would 160. I mean, if you're gonna lay your money on the line here and make a bet that this is really going to continue this downtrend, which is what I would do, because they're very powerful moves that it's making, I would go with the 160. So let's go ahead and get that set up, and then we'll take a look at it if and when the alert goes off. Alright, that's a $500 bet to make $1.62. That's not too bad. Seen better, but it's not too bad. We'll probably do 2 of these. So that would give us a little bit of padding here up to 161.58, and a pretty nice profit on this over the next week and a half. Okay, so that's it for today. Everybody, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and happy trading.